I'm in the car. It is now 6:09. This is probably the earliest that I've left my house all week. I've been slipping this week. In the beginning, I was trying to leave the house about 5:40, 5:30, something like that. And I was doing well, and then life just kind of happened a lot. So I have been just trying to make it out the house by 6:10. So I am doing that right now. So it'll be an hour before I get to work, or till I get Jace to daycare, and then another 10 minutes for me to be at work. And then I'll show you what I can, but I'm not going to show you everything. Just got the daycare with Jace. I'm going to take him in, pay his, pretty much pay his bill, because I pay by the month, and then hop back in the car, go to work. Hey, ready to go to school? Ready to go to school? You ready? So he is dropped off. So I'm always like lately paying like the week after I should be paying, because I pay monthly. But the thing is, with his daycare, they want, you can only pay cash. So since I can only pay cash, I mean, I don't just carry that kind of money around. So that means I gotta stop and pick up some cash. So I technically was supposed to pay last week, but I paid this week. For last week and all the way through till the end of Christmas, but I'll get a week off because you get like a week vacation with this daycare. So the week after Christmas, I will not have to pay for that week because he won't even be there. If I'm not over here because it's an hour away, then he just doesn't come daycare. So they do get a lot of free money from me because he's not always here. But when he is here for like a long time. So I guess it balances out. I am here at my job, time to get to work. I don't know why I do that, y'all. I just gotta sing everything. It makes life more magical, you know. Put the magic where you need to. My masks are all pretty simple. I don't really have any decorated masks or anything, because I don't really care for a mask, so why get it decorated? So my kids, the bell should ring really soon, so they'll come in and we'll get started with the day, do our mornings, all that good stuff, and I'll probably just check back in with you guys, like me, probably during my, not my first planning, but maybe my second planning, because I'll be in there by myself. So, yeah. Okay. And you said you put water in it to do what?
Mix milk.
Where do you put the water?
In the little hole right here.
Oh. How much water do you put in it? You just fill it up until it starts to overflow?
You gotta put 6 drops in it.
6 drops. That is pretty snazzy. Where'd you buy it at?
I didn't buy it, but the last time I got it for Christmas.
Oh, Santa brought it. So it's my planning time. I'm sitting here pulling hot glue off of these clips because these are going to go on the fireplace. We have Olaf. Basically, Santa ran out of elves, so we got an Olaf instead because we're the Disney room and Santa didn't want to leave us left out without an elf or anything. So Olaf likes to give warm hugs, so every day he picks a friend to sit with who was making really great choices the day before, and then so on and so forth. I mean, you get the gist. But sometimes he brings special treats. So on Monday, he's bringing their stockings with their names on them. So these are the clips that are going to go on the wall. The problem is they've got all this hot glue stuck on them from when I used them last year, so I got to get them nice and ready to be stuck to the walls. Pretty much all that we've done today, we are working on a gingerbread house writing piece, just kind of like, how do you make a gingerbread house? So sequential order, that kind of sort of thing. And when they get back, they're gonna write it out because they already made the gingerbread houses, so they will write it out, and then I will glue the rest of it together and hang them up on the walls. And when I leave here today, I have to make some runs. I got to go to Home Depot and get some things for a photo shoot that I want to do with Jace. And then I have to also go to Hobby Lobby so I can get more decorations for our tree because I want to do a buffalo plaid tree. So that'll be something more that I will have to go do. So I can't stay at school too late tonight because I need to go before I pick up Jace so that I don't have to take Jace to the store. Just makes life easier. The day's over. It's been a long day. Fridays, typically, my class is super hyper. So I'm typically super exhausted by Fridays. But now I'm going to put together their little gingerbread houses. They all worked on these. So I'm going to cut them out and put them together and put them in the hall. So when I do that, I will take you guys out to the hall so you can see. So as I'm sitting here editing this vlog, I figured I need to probably cut in and just kind of explain. So Fridays are typically a different day. Fridays are typically like review days in a way. So the lessons, some of the lessons that we do are a little bit different. On this specific Friday, I had some observations to do because being that I'm a new teacher at this school, I have a mentor, so she has to observe me, I have to observe her. So she came and observed me do a lesson, and then I went to go see her do a lesson on the same day. So the activity that we did take us all day, but that's because I was trying to plan so that I didn't have to over plan for when somebody came in to watch my kids when I went to watch the other observation. The gingerbread houses, it took them a long time to color all the pieces and cut out. Kindergartners have a really hard time with cutting things out and whatnot. So they spent a long time doing that. Then as a class, we sat and discussed the steps to make a gingerbread house. I actually let them watch a video on somebody making, I think it was actually a Tasty video I watched of them making a gingerbread house. So then from that, my kids were able to kind of talk about the steps, like first this happens, then this happens, then that happens, blah, blah, blah. So we talked about that as a class together, and then we just kind of did a group writing, and as we talked about it, we started everything out together, wrote it out together, and then at the end, I let them go ahead and copy everything so they could put it on their sheet. So that's kind of what that looks like. I probably shouldn't have done a day in my life on a Friday because Fridays are so wonky to start off with. But typically with our class schedule, my kids come in, they unpack, we do morning meeting, which is like vocab. We talk about our character of the month. That's our time we can kind of read books or like talk about that's our time to talk with our kids, have that social interaction. Then in my classroom, we have something called Tier 2, which basically I pull some kids over to my area and I work with them on what they need extra support in. Then we have small group reading time. Then we have whole group reading time. Then we have something called Tier 3, which is like my intense low kids that really need extra intensive something. And we do something called Voyager, which is like a scripted program. So I do that during my Tier 3 time. Then we have writing. Then we go to lunch which lunch is around 11:10 for us. After we go to lunch, we come back. We do math, which we use investigations. And then around 12:35, that's when we have specials. And because of COVID right now, specials pushes into our classroom. And on Fridays, we have art. So he comes into my classroom. He does his art lesson. Typically Mondays, I have a meeting. Like, we all have a meeting that we have to go to for like an hour. It's called a PLC. It's a grade level meeting, and you meet about data and curriculum and all the stuff that teachers meet about. But the other days I just have specials, so I can kind of just sit in my room. Okay, so specials PE, those are my planning times. That's when anything I need to get done, I get done. Then they come back around 1:55, and we pretty much finish the day out with something called Comprehensive Toolkit, and it's basically helping kids with reading comprehension. Then we have snack. They pack up. Well, I typically make them pack up first, and I do folders and colors and all that stuff. And then they can eat their snack. And then I have bus duty every day, so all the kids that ride bus come to me, and then my car riders, they go with another teacher, and like, it's, After that, I take the kids outside, I check them off after they got on their bus. All the good things that are going to go down in the hallway. And then Olaf is bringing the stockings on, what day is it? Monday. So, yeah. Come back to the room, spray my tables down, and I usually have to wear my mask with that spray, because whenever I use that spray without my mask, that chemical is so strong it messes me up. So you will see that I will put my mask on when I scrub my tables. Now, this evening things were different because the kids had stuff all over their tables, so I had to actually clean that up, and I was trying to get that out of the room, hung up on the wall. So I didn't spray the tables until later. But anyways, so I spray my tables. I do whatever I need to do as far as like counting busy dollars or working on something that's due or going to a meeting each day. It's different. And then I leave. My goal is typically to leave around 4 o'clock. It doesn't typically. So I've just finished cleaning down the tables. I had to scrub really extra hard today because they had art in here, because with COVID we've been doing specials in our classrooms. So we had art today, and they used glue, and it was just stuck to the table, so it took me a lot longer than it typically does. And then now I'm gonna switch some seats around because it's just time to move some kiddos around. I always move the kids on a Friday so they can start fresh on a Monday. Like, everything's been not touched for 2 whole days, so they'll get new seats for Monday. There's so much to do, and I'm trying not to take home so much stuff, but I always end up taking home everything and doing a lot of stuff at home, and then try to have a life at home and take care of my baby at home. And
Jingle bell, 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 bell.